uh, this looks like one experience that he's describing in two steps rather than two separate experiences. Right? Accompanying this is a further series of distinctions within this. And again, it all depends upon this key word, if. All right. Therefore, all right, we have this, let's call it the crystal light transforming. Or call it the transforming crystal light. And accompanied it was this penetrating serenity, which bathed everything, flooded the being. Now, here, he's trying to get back into it, isn't he? And I have a question for you. This is where it's going. All right, this is a fun question. Here it comes. All right? We're calling that one. All right, transforming crystal light, penetrating serenity, bathed everything, flooded my being. I'm inviting you to consider this as a kind of speculation. All right? Does this state, described in the way in which we just have, what curious language now, allow a technique to gain access to it? Okay, I'm staying on one word, penetrating serenity. All right. Okay, consider that. All right. Penetrating serenity means there's no place in his state of mind or experience that lacks it. It's penetrating serenity, bathes everything, flooded my being. Now, in that, to gain that, now I'm going to use perhaps a pejorative word here, but I need it. Is this state consistent with self-manipulation?
Listen to self-manipulation?
I can't, you have to do it louder, please.
Does it listen to self-manipulation? Can it be molded?
That's the question.
Yeah. It doesn't look like it.
Come on. What does it look like? Pardon?
I don't understand that, I'm sorry.
Okay. You've experienced serenity, have you not? All right. Consider it in its totality, engulfing you completely. so you can extend it as ideally as possible. In that state, you think it's possible to achieve that by in some way forcing yourself, manipulating yourself into it. Right? Right. If yes, if no. Because our dreamer is saying that he gained, right, according to the dreamer, which is now we're talking about the second dream, he tried to gain access to this, was able to participate in it to some degree, but was reluctant because he saw himself in some way as manipulating, and that became to him artificial, contrived, pulled out.
So the question is whether it's his problem or, in fact, it is possible. And it's his problem or how he interprets what he's doing.
Yeah, so it's not whether it's just possible, because he already experienced it to some degree.
Right.
Right? By putting this value on it, he couldn't go any further.
Right. Yeah.
Now, is that because of what he did, or is that in the nature of that kind of an experience?
He filtered the experience.
Pardon me?
He
He
did.
filtered the experience through his belief that what he was doing, that he was doing something that was perhaps not quite right.
That's what he said.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
He felt, well,
that's what
he
he said.
himself was the one who lessened the
That's right.
experience.
That's right.
Oh, it's just no wonder he used the word technique.
Well, in the sense technique often is artificial. It's learning something. It doesn't spring out of your nature.
Could you consider, say, meditation?
When you are aware of the fact that you're doing something to achieve something, part of your consciousness knows that you are practicing something. It is not something that you're doing naturally. Like in learning a language, the great moment comes when you're able to drop translating and just speak it directly. And that's a great moment. By the way, that usually occurs at the same time when people begin to have dreams in that language.
Oh, the dream master.
All right, let me raise the question once more. All right? Okay? Did the dreamer get an insight into the laws of, we'll call it for the moment, the divine, based upon his view of what is proper? Or did he impose some view, a narrow view, that it's nothing wrong to do that in this world, and equally, well, it's nothing wrong to do it here? Or it may not be good to do it here, but it's okay to do it here. Now,
What is it showing him?
pardon me?
What is his dream showing? That he believes that it's not okay.
Well, the dream does report that. And when I asked the dreamer what he had been reflecting on for the last 20 years, he said it was this very problem.
20 years